opening statement from head coach Corny as we head into the SBC tournament?
Obviously, it's an exciting time of year, March Madness, and we've been playing pretty well. But we'll approach this week like every other week, trying to win the day that we're currently in. Not sure who we'll play Friday, but we'll try to win today and each day leading up to Friday to give us an opportunity to win on Friday.
With the way this tournament is set up, any challenges, anything? Is this going to be one where everyone's kind of learning at the same time? Some teams might have to go 7 days. You're fortunate you have 4 opportunities.
Yeah, it's a 4-game season for us. It's different for everybody. I can't answer that question for other teams. I just worried about our team, and we talked about it yesterday. It's a 4-game season for us.
Do you think that's a good format, just bringing everybody to the tournament? What are your feelings on that?
I really don't have any. I'm sure we'll talk about it at spring meetings. I really don't have any.
How do you go about now looking at who you might play? Do you look at sets of 5 sets a game? How do you do it strategically?
Yeah, we met yesterday as a staff, and each coach is working on a different team, just so we can kind of stay ahead of it. Today we'll go over a team. Tomorrow we'll go over a team. So we'll go over at least 3 teams the next 3 days, just briefing our guys on it, and then hopefully, come Friday we'll be ready.
With such a gauntlet, is it more important to, I guess the best way to ask is it's about you at this point, what you do on the court. It's not about those other teams, because the only thing you can control for 4 days is what you do.
Well, it's been about us. It's never really about the opponent, even though we have to give these guys a game plan and we watch film, but it's been about us all year and how we play and what we do. So again, 4-game season, regardless of who we play, we'll be prepared and we'll be ready.
How important has your depth been over the last couple of weeks? You played a lot of guys, and you're going to have some fresh legs come Friday night in Pensacola. While some teams are playing 5-6 guys, they might be super tired. You're gonna be fresh, it seems like.
Yeah, you know what? We've used our depth the last few games, and we had some guys step up. But like I told you guys a few weeks ago, we kind of, ever since the Louisiana game at their place, we kind of cut back on our physical preparation, and it was a lot of mental things. These guys, obviously it's late in the season. They know the system. They know what to expect because we played several of these teams. But I mean, we'll approach it like every other day. It's not going to be not a lot of physical stuff. It'll be a lot more mental stuff, and we do that trying to keep these guys fresh.
Does that benefit you, Corny, having a bunch of guys at this point in the season now kind of stepping out? So you go to a tournament, you don't have to have 1 or 2 guys that you count on all year long to get 20. With someone to spread it out a little bit if you need to in a 1-game, win or go home situation.
Yeah, I would love for the big dogs to get 20. But again, we've been in a situation this year where, Kay Gibbs, JMU, he had a big game. He had a big game the other night. Hadn't played in 3 games. So we've had Wyatt had a big offensive game at Georgia State, I believe. So we've had several guys step up. These guys have been awesome all year. They prepared. They stayed in the moment. And then when their opportunity presents itself, they've stepped up. So we're just looking forward to it, and it's a great opportunity for us to go down here and compete in a 4-game season for us.
I've been all year with the winning every day mentality. Now that everyone has to win every day, how much does it help you all, like mentally or anything else? Do you kind of had that mindset all year long?
You know what? We've just been focusing on us really winning every day. I told our guys yesterday that the conference tournament is a little different. It's a long season, so every coach is preaching March Madness at some point. We haven't really talked a whole bunch about it, but now you can see it. Whether you play 4 games, some teams 7, some teams 2, you can see it, right? You can see it. It's right there. So everybody's in Pensacola. They're going to be able to see it, and I'm expecting the intensity to be a little higher. Guys going a little bit harder because they can see it now. And if you go down there and you get hot, you can grab it. and you can seize it. So we're expecting a competitive conference tournament, regardless of who we face.
You've been part of, the Marshall teams that have been able to win these championships. Just what maybe have you seen that goes into accomplishing something like that?
Well, each team is different. Obviously, what Keith said, you have to have some people step up and make big plays. If it's your big dogs, then that's even better. But you have to have some people step up and make big plays, and you have to stay poised because this is going to be a game of runs. I mean, everybody in the tournament has a chance to win it. Everybody is there has a chance to win it. You can't say, oh, because of so-and-so's non-conference record, they can't win it. So everybody can win it regardless of your record. It's a new season. Everybody's headed to Pensacola 0-0. Again, some teams play 4, some 2, some 7. So it's an exciting time, man, and you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm sure everyone will be fired up.
To Jimmy's point, Corny, you obviously have started to kind of widen the depth chart a little bit coming down this stretch. Is that obviously on purpose so they don't go in there? Now, if Eric comes in or Kai goes in, they're not all wide-eyed. They've seen the bullets and all that.
Yeah, you know what? Eric is really the only player who's not played all year. Kai has played. Ryan Nutter's been out for quite some time. And so Kai's gotten minutes. I mean, Cade was the first one off the bench up until probably 4 or 5 games ago. So, the addition of Eric has helped us out because of his size. We played some teams that were attacking us in the paint, and obviously he has the size. So, with the exception of Eric, I mean, everyone's played. Wyatt, Kai, Ryan Nutter's been out. The Gibbs twins have played. So, getting Eric this experience here in the last few games, I think, will help him.
Obviously, eyes are on postseason, but with the way you guys closed against App State, was there anything when you go back and look at film that stuck out? Maybe the offense performance really good, but you also holding really low and scoring on defense as well, right?
Yeah, I thought we played a pretty clean game the other night. We thought we were a more physical team. We came out, especially at the beginning of the game. I think we went up 11-1. So I was happy with our intensity. 18 assists, 7 turnovers. So we took care of the ball, which is really important for us. And then we made 10 threes. So I thought we played a pretty clean game the other day.
But your help defense is really responding too. I thought Nate had a bunch of backside blocks and everybody switching off at the right time. Is that just part of the evolution of your defense?
Yeah, you know what? We've been working on it all year, and I guess the last month or so we've really stressed pulling the help and helping your teammate, and basically 5 guys guarding the ball at once. And these guys have executed. It's like I say all the time, we can only give them the game plan. It's up to them to take it and execute it. Sometimes in coaching, you give them the game plan and they don't execute it. So, you always look at yourself as a coach and see how you can get better. I watched the game the other day. Top 5 team got a 5-second call. Right down the stretch, they got a 5-second call. And then the other team drove up and shot a 3 to beat them. So I'm sure they went over that, but now you question the coach. But he's a hell of a coach, so I don't question him. So they didn't execute. Thanks, appreciate it, fellas.
Well, it's March tournament time. That's what you play for, right? Tell us your level of excitement as you guys are playing pretty well heading down there.
Oh yeah, man! I'm super excited, especially the last game that we had. Feel like the team is clicking from the bench to from the bench to the starting 5. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm pretty excited for March.
What are you telling the younger guys that maybe haven't gone through this at this point? What are you saying to those guys as you get ready?
Well, by now they sure already got the experience. In the beginning of the season, you can use that kind of as an excuse. But now they're already seeing how, college boys, and you can kind of tell with from E to Will and the freshmen. You can kind of see that they're having a sense of experience, and how should I put it? I'm trying to find a way to put it, but you can kind of see that like he's understanding the game a little bit. Just how to, find his role and what he needs to do because we don't need we don't need the freshmen to come in there and score 20 points. We just need them to just give us a good minutes. Just to stay consistent before me and Nate and the other guys find a little rest to come back in the game.
We talked to Corny about that and the ability to have E come in and spell you or Nate. I mean, that gives even 2 or 3 minutes. It makes a big difference over the long haul.
Yeah, oh yeah, obviously it make a huge difference. And I mean, he's 6'11". I mean, there was I think it was like we had a 2-game stretch where two teams scored 95 points in the paint on us, and it wasn't because of it wasn't because of anything. It was just because we just didn't have that big presence. If Nate goes out, then it's just me, and we go a little small when me or Nate goes out. So adding E to that, just helps dramatically. Have that rim protector, to give me and Nate rest.
So what do you think of this tournament format? It's going to be different for every team. What do you think?
I don't like it, man. I don't like it. For me, I love it. For the level that we at, we're fifth. I would love to be first or second because if you're first or second, what do you play like two games? I kind of don't like it. Now last year I would have hated it. Because then you don't even have a chance. What I mean, it's basically impossible if you. The 11th or to 13th, I don't think you got a chance, man. You got to dig deep to play seven games in 7 days. I mean, with us, we got to play 4 games in 4 or 5 days. Yeah, that's definitely doable. But I mean, I have confidence in the guys. I mean, everybody's is healed. I mean, we don't have any injured backs or anything. We kind of taking it easy in practice. I mean, so that we can have that full restoration. For the tournaments. I mean, we're excited, man. I got a positive feeling about it.
Speaking of rest, is there too much rest? Is there too much rust? Is that really?
Yeah. There is such thing called too much rest because 2 years ago I've been in a situation like that. 2 years ago when we had Tay and Andy, and we had a chance to win it. We went down there too early. I think we went down there 3-4 days just chilling in the hotel. Didn't do nothing. Then you didn't have a gym to go and shoot, and that rustiness kind of affected us a little bit against Texas State. Texas State already played 2-3 games. They already had the feeling on the court and all that. Sometimes resting too much can be a burden, but you don't want to burn the guys up. So I mean I trust in Coach Corny to put us in a situation where we ain't gonna be in that situation. I feel like if you there mentally, it doesn't matter how much rest you have. As long as you locked in. Coach Corny always say you got to be focused every game. I mean you got to win the day every single day. So after weights. This feeling now, we won it down there at weight. Now we're going to go to practice, and we're going to win today at practice. Got to take it one at a time.
You've been on this arc all season long where you really are playing your best ball at the end of the season. Some teams aren't. Talk a little bit about that and how it took some time to get the chemistry, and now you're ready to go to Pensacola.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like the guys just know their role, and they did it, and they are doing it, at top notch. We just encourage them to do it. I know my role. Nate knows his role. My role is to block shots. Block shot, run the floor, and all that. When it comes to time situations to get bucket. Get buckets. Jay's role. He knows his role. His role is for him to hit shots. Same thing with Mike D. The same role. He knows that his role is to facilitate and all that. I feel like every guys know their role. If you don't know your role now, I mean I don't know where you're at, but I feel like all of us we know our role, and we're doing it as best as our ability can do it.
When it comes to the tournament, you don't know your opponent until you know.
Yeah.
So is it easier to just go out there and play? You don't have to study so much. You've seen all these guys.
Yeah. I mean, especially in our bracket, we've already played. The whole team. I mean, it's going to either come from we either play Georgia Southern or Georgia State, which we already played both of them teams. You already know Georgia Southern, they got a good big. I mean, you already know all those situations. I mean, if you don't know by now, I don't get it. But you know who the guys are, and you know how the team plays. I mean, obviously they're going to change scouting. Everybody's going to change the way they scout. the way they want to play against us or the way we play against them. Everything is going to change. But I mean, at this point, you should already know.
When you think about the way the seeding works, how important it is every single game, I feel like this format makes the regular season a little bit more important. So,
Yes. Yeah.
Nothing compares to the tournament, but whenever you're thinking about it, has all year kind of been like every game is very
Yeah.
different?
Well, I don't think anybody knew, about this seeding. We thought it was going to be the same thing as last year. I mean, you just play 3 games. Especially if you're in the 5th position, you play 3 games. But after seeing the bracket, I think going on from now in the Sun Belt, everybody's going to start taking regular season, pretty seriously. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be last. You don't even want to be 5th. You want to be either 1st or 2nd so that you play 1 or 2 games and get out of the way.
We didn't have a chance to talk to you on senior night, I guess. Just what was that night like for you in terms of, last home game here and all those feelings and everything?
I mean, he's a little bit emotional, but I was glad that, we ended up, taking the dub. Now, it's gonna kind of hurt if you took an L there, but like just the experience and, being on that floor one more time with the guys, that was kind of emotional, but, I was pretty excited, man. God have blessed me, to play, 5 full season, in this university without no injuries and nothing. I've played almost all the games, in my lifetime, and I've accomplished a lot of stuff, with a shot blocking record to the 1,000 point, all those stuff is difficult, to find that anywhere. And especially the love and support from the fans, I'm grateful, they came down to support. True, I've been in teams, I've been through highs and lows with Marshall University, from Coach Dan to Coach Corny, and I was grateful to play with Coach Corny in his first year, and win with him, with this 19-12 record, win with him with his first head coach year, I'm grateful, because me and Corny we've been together ever since I was in high school, we've had fights and all that, bump head, but I know that he's the kind of guy that want the best for me. He just want me to be, a man. Because now, college basketball is over now. It's time to pursue the pro career. So I've learned a lot from him, and I'm grateful that he put me in a good situation.
What do you two bump heads over?
Getting offensive rebounds, and what I mean, getting rebounds and here and there. I mean, it's not even when he was a head coach. What I mean, it was when he was an assistant, because most of the head bumping that I'm talking about is just like for the best for me. What I mean, you need to get rebounds and all that stuff. I ain't talking about like just some bad ball. He's just trying to push me, and he knows what my potential is. I mean, I could do great things. I mean, blocking shot this year, if you guys looked at the stat in the beginning, I wasn't blocking shots a lot, but he was the one that kind of emphasized that. It was like, hey, I've seen you do that in high school, and I've seen you do that sophomore year. Why don't you do it this year? What I mean? That, was what, just made me realize and, start blocking shot. So, I mean, I'm going to give him credit for that, because he was the reason why, I'm the second, shot blocker in the nation. He's the reason.
Does that make you think, Aldina, when you go 5 years here at one school with a guy with your talent, I mean, that's not going to happen very much anymore. I mean, the portal, some of the guys that go to the league early. You've built a relationship with this fan base in this school that maybe some people won't have the opportunity. Is that make you proud?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I mean, when I sat down, obviously, every players, you sit down, especially when the situation with Coach Dan, you got to like sit down and, see what your options are. I mean, like he said, I mean, a lot of schools, throw money at you and this and that. It's like, okay, come to this school, I'll give you this. Come to that school, I'll give you that. I sat down, I thought about it, and I was like, sometimes it's not all about the money, man. I mean, I don't have no regrets staying down with Marshall. I had a successful season. We're going to go down here and we're going to win this Sun Belt. That is better. I'd rather do it down here at Marshall University than doing it somewhere else, because you won't have that much excitement, going down that, floor, playing for the fans that actually love you, that have been there and seen you develop, since your freshman year. You can't find that anywhere. And obviously, you said, I've, built a lot of relationship with, from fans to everybody. So I feel like that is more valuable than, any money that they give you.
Anything that, obviously your experience here, anything sticks out, like a favorite memory or anything like that? I know obviously still more to come for this week and everything, but.
Man, every single time they say like favorite memory, I just feel like every memory is your favorite memory. Especially, I've had bad memories when, I think last year was, we was 13-20. That didn't feel good. Also, I had a favorite memory, got the opportunity to play with Tay and Andy, and got the opportunity to play with Jared West and Jensen. We've had, when I probably would say my favorite memory is probably when we beat UAB. When Tay was hurt or whatever, when we beat UAB, that was kind of like a favorite memory. But I've just feeling like a lot of memories is, a good memory to me. I don't have one top in the order because, in life, man, you gotta make every day count. You gotta be happy for every day. You can't set one above the other. So I've had, great, just great time down here at Marshall, man. There ain't no other school that I would have go. If there was another school that's better than Marshall, I would have left Marshall. You know what I mean? But I'm content, with my college career.
What will you miss the most then, or what's kind of bittersweet for you?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna say probably practices and them off season lifting and all that and playing pickup with the guys and all that because stuff like that. That's when you begin your bonding. Now it's gonna suck with practice. It's sad that it sucks that I say that, but I'm probably gonna you're probably gonna miss practice. You know what I mean? But especially like just that gym. You know what I mean? The fans. You're definitely gonna miss the fans because especially like when you go somewhere else, especially when you start playing pro, I don't even know where I'm gonna play. I might play NBA, G League, overseas. You know what I mean? There ain't gonna be a fan that's gonna talk. Marshall fans. You know what I mean? So you're definitely gonna miss. I'm definitely gonna miss that. Good. All right.